Hi everyone, this is Jia Chaudhry. I'm going to be reviewing another book today. It's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I read this book for the first time when I was 17 years old, and I read this incredible book many times over since. 7 Habits is a self-improvement book based on the character ethic, as opposed to the personality ethic that was introduced by Dale Carnegie around the same time. Covey believed that the way we view this world depends on our paradigms. Paradigms are the lens with which we see the world, and we form our paradigms based on our conditioning that's done by our society and the way we view by our parents. In other words, we view this world based on our conditioning and our perceptions. In order to change a given situation, we must change ourselves. And in order to change ourselves, we must first change our perception. We all want to succeed, and one way to achieve success is to develop habits that would help us on our journey. If you're like me and you're on a journey or about to embark on a journey to better yourself, I would highly recommend that you read this book. This book opens up with an explanation of how many people who have succeeded in achieving outward success still struggle with finding personal effectiveness, and they struggle with forming strong relationships with others. Covey believes that the way we see the world entirely depends on our paradigms and our perceptions. In studying over 200 years of literature based on the concept of success, Covey identified that the way people define success has changed drastically over the period of time. In the earlier times, the foundation of success rested on the character ethic. Things like integrity, humility, fidelity, temperance, courage, justice, patience, industry, simplicity, modesty, and the golden rule. But starting around 1920, the way people viewed success changed. Covey calls it the personality ethic. This was post-industrialization, and success became more of a product of your personality, attitude, behaviors, public image. We can all attest to this. These days, people look for quick fixes. They see a successful person, organization, or a couple who are successful, and they ask them, how do you do it? Teach me your techniques or mindset. These shortcuts that we look for hoping to save time and effort and achieve the same level of success are nothing but merely band-aids that lead to only short-term success. They don't address the underlying condition, the source of the problem. The way we see the problem is the problem, Covey writes. We must allow ourselves to undergo paradigm shifts, to change ourselves fundamentally instead of just changing our attitudes and behaviors. Changing our behaviors and attitudes on the surface level doesn't lead to long-term success. This is where 7 Habits of Highly Effective People comes in. Habits 1, 2, and 3, they are focused on self-mastery, and they help you become independent versus being dependent. Habits 4, 5, and 6, they are focused on teamwork, collaboration, and developing communication skills that would help you synergize and become interdependent. Habit 7 is focused on continuous growth and development, and it kind of embodies all the other habits. Here's a quick summary of all the 7 habits. Habit number 1, be proactive. Start by taking full responsibility of your life. There are things in your life you can control, and there are things in your life that you cannot control. Start by focusing on the things you can control, such as your reaction to what happens to you. The way you feel and how you react to a certain situation is fully under your control. By focusing on your feelings and your actions, you would be moving towards self-development and growth. But however, if you respond to things in a negative manner, and if you just react to things, if your happiness depends on factors that are outside of your control, you would shrink your circle of things. So feel and act in ways that is beneficial to your life. You can only build on the positives. For instance, don't let the weather affect your mood or your ability to be productive. If you give power to the weather, you are going to be at the losing end. You can't change the weather, but you can work on your mindset. Habit number 2, begin with the end in mind. Everything is created twice, once in our mind and once in the physical world. You have to be crystal clear on whatever you do, whether it's a job, developing a skill, forming a relationship, everything. Create a vision of your life, write out your goals, and try to take small actionable steps towards that goal. Whether it means going back to school or working out more than usual, whatever it is, envision it. Envision the outcome and then start your journey. In other words, use your proactive mind to take the required action to achieve your vision of your life. Be aware of your intention and your action as opposed to living life and going through the motions every day like a hamster on to live more intently. Put first things first, prioritize everything in your life. Some things are always more important than other things. Never do things in random order. Learn to say no and never waste time doing things that are not important and are a waste of time. If you can take away one thing from this book, it is this. You can create your destiny and achieve the future you have envisioned by managing your time effectively. At the start of every week, create a 2x2 matrix on a blank sheet of paper. It will look like this. Let's think about each quadrant. The most pressing and the most important tasks, they're going to go under quadrant 1. So that's, again, it's for the most urgent and the most important tasks. And they're going to be priority number 1 during the week. Basically, these are the crises that are up and the most important deadlines. They fall under this category. Pretty much we're putting out fires. Quadrant 2 task consists of tasks that they're not urgent but important. For instance, exercising, relationships. Ideally we should be tending to these tasks every single day. And ironically, these are the things we procrastinate and we put off and we put in the back burner. These are things that matter in the long run, and they might not necessarily yield tangible results this week or even in a year. Pretty much these are the things that we know in our gut. We're supposed to be doing them, but these are the things we're most likely to put off. It's having lunch with your mom, for instance, or spending some time with your nephew, spending an extra 15 minutes on the treadmill. It's making that important cold call so you could expand your network. Um, Making time for the vacation and visiting a place that you've been wanting to visit, or checking something off of your bucket list. It's pretty much about prioritizing the relationships in your life and maximizing the experiences that mean most to you. Pattern 3 consists of tasks that are urgent but they are not important. These are the tasks that suck up our time, and we have to be very careful about them. These are the things that clog up our time, and at the end of the week when we look back, we have to admit that they were a waste of time. These are interruptions that happen, like unnecessary phone calls. Gossip and frivolous talk falls under this category as well. So say for instance, if a colleague just pops in and wants to talk, you waste like 15 minutes. That's something that seems important, but it kind of sucks up your time and actually distracts. Basically, these are the things that feel important in the moment, but when we stop to reflect, they are a complete waste of time. Quadrant 4 consists of things that are not important and they're not urgent. For instance, social media. That's a complete waste of time, and we should minimize time spent on it. You'd be surprised at how much time we waste in a given week on these tasks. If you're able to take out 30 minutes per week to write down and reflect on the things in these 4 quadrants, I assure you that you're going to be 10 times more productive and satisfied. What you'll quickly realize is that you've been spending most of your time on quadrant 1 task, things that are urgent and important, like the fires that we're putting out every day. I don't mean putting out fires in the literal sense, but I think you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. I mean, we spend our time just reacting to the emergencies and taking care of them. It's a constant fire drill. You're completely invested in taking one thing off of your plate, only to breathe for a few seconds to get to another task that you need to take care of right away. If someone stopped you and asked whether what you're doing is helping you achieve your long-term goals, your answer would most likely be no. So make sure to carve out time to dedicate to the activities in quadrant 2. So take that exam or enroll in that class and learn to play the instrument that you've always wanted to play. Apply to the graduate program so you could achieve your career goals and lead the life that you've always envisioned for yourself. If you keep on reacting to the emergencies in your life, you're going to create that life for you, for yourself, and not realizing that you're only reacting to the emergencies in your life. It might seem like you're doing important things like going to your dead-end job every day, but if it's not something that brings you happiness, you're wasting your life away. If you don't consciously make time for those things, then guess what? You're only a hamster, running on a wheel. You never have to worry about the tasks in quadrant 1 because you're always going to be taking care of them. You have to eliminate the tasks in quadrant 4 as much as you can, so you could save that time and dedicate it to quadrant 2 tasks. It can be difficult, but just say no to social media, shut them off, and maybe reward yourself from time to time, but not on a daily basis. If you think about it, Mark Zuckerberg has made a billion-dollar industry just because of our inability to not being able to stop ourselves from doing tasks important for. Moving on to the next habit, think win-win. Life is not a rat race. There's enough to go around for everyone. Have an abundant mindset. Have integrity and be mature. Integrity will help you stick to your true goals and your commitments. And maturity will help you express your ideas with confidence, with consideration towards others. An abundant mindset will help you believe that there's plenty to go around for everyone. And this will help you cooperate with others, and others will cooperate with you. The next habit is seek to first understand and then be understood. Stop trying to think what to say when someone is talking. Just try to listen to them. We tend to listen to respond instead of trying to understand the other person's perspective. Listen with the intent to understand and not to reply. The next habit is to synergize. This is the habit of creative cooperation. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Pretty much the gist of it. Partnering with other people and listening to their ideas and perspectives it will help you gain insight, and it will help you come up with ideas that you would have never thought of on your own. The genuine input of others is invaluable to your life. Different ideas and beliefs, they open up your mind and they expand your horizons and make your life rich. The next habit is my favorite. Sharpen yourself. Take care of yourself, you're mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, all the time. Self-renewal is crucial for you to be able to achieve the level of success that you need. If you exercise self-renewal and invest in your personal growth, it will bring you one step closer to your life. Physical is exercise, eating healthy, surrounding yourself with a healthy environment, leading an active lifestyle. Social emotional growth involves investing time in building relationships that are nurturing. And mental renewal is learning new things and skills. So invest time to read and learn more skills. And spiritual renewal entails meditation, praying, spending time in nature, doing selfless acts for others, and creating art. To name a few. It's crucial to tend to all four of them and take breaks in between. Find your own balance of taking action and resting. If you don't, you'll burn yourself out. There is a reason why this book is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. These are the habits that you need to practice every day, and it's almost like training a muscle. And if you get into the habit of practicing them every day, before long they'll become your second nature. Incorporate these habits one by one into your life by making a conscious effort. these are mindsets you need to remind yourself of every day until they move into your subconscious. With that, I wish that all of you stay safe. Hopefully, we'll all survive this pandemic, and things will get better. Gia signing off. If you enjoyed this review and learned something new, and if it inspired you to read this book, please give this video a like and leave a comment down below. Take care.